I've been shooting traditional archery for about 3 months, and these are some tips for a beginner from a beginner. The first thing I can think of is do not buy a bow that is too heavy. The first bow I bought was a 50-pound Black Hunter recurve, and I could barely pull it back. I ended up having to sell it, and I ended up ordering a 40-pound recurve and also acquiring a 45-pound Longbow, both Black Hunters. And I primarily shot with the 40-pound until my form was a little more set in place, and then I moved to shooting the 45-pound. But do not buy a bow that is too heavy to start with. You need something lighter and easier. That way you get your form down and you feel comfortable, and shooting is fun. The next thing I can think of is to find a mentor or Facebook group or archery club, someone or somewhere you can ask for advice or ideas or just help with anything that you may come across. I've been fortunate enough to have a mentor, somebody that has been able to answer my questions, help me set up my bow, help me bear shaft tune, help me do so many things that would have taken me forever to figure out on my own or just via the internet. It's really been helpful, and I'm also on a few Facebook pages where everybody is generally trading ideas or answering questions. Facebook group is a great way to learn things without having to search the internet for hours. So a mentor or Facebook group is an excellent idea. The next thing I would say is when you're practicing, you need to give your muscles time to recuperate between practice sessions. You're asking your body to hold a considerable amount of weight when you're pulling that bow back. And just like working out, you're only going to do so many repetitions until your muscles strengthen and adapt. And eventually you'll be able to shoot multiple times throughout a practice session without your muscles fatiguing. But at first, for me, a practice session might consist of 12 to 18 shots, and then I would have to wait until the next day to shoot again. Some days I would wait a day or two because I wanted the muscles in my shoulders to fully recover before I started that strenuous task of pulling that bow back and holding that bow back for those shots again. And I feel like the more fatigued my muscles were, the more sore they were, I would shoot worse. So if I gave my body the time to recuperate, my shots were better. So give your muscles time to recuperate between practice sessions. The next tip I have would be to watch the Masters of the Barebow series and subscribe to a few YouTube channels like Clay Hayes or The Push Archery. There's several out there, people with really great tips that have been shooting for a really long time. You can really learn a lot about the thought process that is going on inside their heads when they're setting up to take a shot or when they're practicing. Experience is the greatest teacher, and when you can access someone's experience through YouTube or a DVD, then you should take advantage of it because that is a wonderful resource. And the last thing for this video is I would say just have fun and try not to let a bad day of shooting get you down. Every now and then I have a day where it seems like I cannot make a single shot, and it does bother me, but just stay positive, and maybe you need to put it down that day and just give it a rest until tomorrow. If you're new to traditional archery or thinking about getting into it, I hope these tips help. Remember to have fun and don't shoot your neighbor's dog.